We caught that move. We sure as hell caught that move. This move down here, this is classic, right? It came down, held support, bounced, came down here, no lift off. So we have an interesting situation where my indicator told me this was a fake move, but now it's also telling me that this was a fake move. So let's move over to SPY, because I don't want anybody getting smoked here. So what's changed? Well, you don't have an inside daily candle anymore. You've also, for the first time ever since, you gotta go back a while. You have to go to April 30th for a close under the daily 50. That in itself is super bearish and put an end to the record-breaking streak. So let's go on the hourly here and see what we're dealing with. Well, H pattern. Now what? That's the question. Short term here, I would suggest, and I will be doing the same, I will be playing against 668. Why? We bounced off of there, and that's also the spot we sold off from. So if we happen to keep any of these overnight gains here, which as of right now looks, your guess is as good as mine, right? The volatility is picking up big time. Whoa. Anyways, that's what I'm trading against. So the situation right now is we have a 676 ghost, we have a psych level, and we have a phantom, and we have FOMC and a collar to the upside. Okay, so what else do we know? To the downside, we have we got an alert right there. We got the FOMC level, but that's the XDIV one is here. So you got these two levels, and then you start getting into target territory. And besides that, you have the phantom and the ghost down here. So we are actually now in the middle. Okay. We have pierced the Bollinger Band. Yeah, it gave a reaction, right? You need follow through. Because we needed follow through on this sell. We got it. Okay, is this gonna continue to? You have a pretty decent setup where, let's check the NAMO here. The NAMO is back down there. Now it is not bottomed out, but it's getting close. All you need is one huge sell. So there's plenty of candidates here, okay? Like that candle, double bottom. I have so many targets we have, that are targets we need to revisit. Same thing here, like the downside is not the problem here. Neither is the upside, it's the path. You could even clamper down on this volatility and stay here in the golden age wedge of cheese. That's what we're gonna call this fucker, right? You are on, this didn't work as support, we've given up that. This is working. What happens if you give that up? You're going south of the border. I mean, that is my target, but as you can see, this is pretty fat here too. So what you don't want to be is buying the dip here unless you're scalping too soon. Okay, now the VIX cup pullbacks 50% usually sends it the amount of the whole cup. That puts us up here, right? That puts us up here. So we might, this might just not be a fast crash, it's a crash in slow motion, which makes it even harder to trade because we've now deviated from the path where we want it to go up and up and up and up and up and then puke. And what makes it really hard, which I think I already pointed out, we're literally trading this algo. This was one of the craziest shit ever to trade. What followed, that something no trader will ever forget. If you really start selling here, you're gonna go for this. I know it sounds crazy, but it totally is possible. That is if they choose to continue with this sell. You're gonna want some upside tomorrow, I tell you that. You're really gonna want some upside. And then this needs to reclaim. But at some point, you're gonna get the move from this wedge, goes without saying. Banks looked pretty terrible today. Tech wasn't too much better. Some of these names did hold up. Obviously, Nvidia earnings is going to be instrumental later in the week. So will all the economic reports. And I kind of have a thesis here that all these economic reports are going to be so bad that come next week when it's time for core PC, it's going to be so shit that a cut in December is back on the table, and that's why the market rallies and front runs it. That's what I think. So tomorrow, Tuesday, nothing huge happening tomorrow. I think we're gonna get, we just gotta pay attention to 668. Okay, we get ADP, some housing stuff, more of these Fed speakers. Wednesday, we get FOMC minutes and Bank of Japan. Thursday, non-farm payroll. Now, this is not October's numbers. This is September. So this could actually bounce the market. This is now been scheduled, and you get the unemployment rate. So Thursday shaping up real nicely, and home sales too. And Friday we have Michigan, right? Yeah, is it showing next week's? Yeah, durable goods GDP on Wednesday here. I think core PC, yeah, core PC. So this is into, what's it called? Thanksgiving, Tofurkey for everybody. If we happen to find ourselves here close next week, if we happen to find ourselves close to Sock Guys 635 and my Phantom print, I'm fucking buying that with both hands. I have a hard time thinking that you save this for, 8 months or whatever it's been from the 50, and then when you go under it, that you're not gonna fully go for it, because all you need is one bad candle. So because we've now kind of deviated from the fractal, we gotta really pay attention here. I would think that if today brought it down from 35 to 55, one more bad day, if it's really bad, is going to zero out the NAMO. So again, let's pay attention to that. On that note though, I just wanted to show you guys that for Friday, we do have Mr. 635 showing up for OPEX. This is tomorrow, right? So 664 is where we bounced off of today. That's the gateway. Might give another bounce. It's not gonna give 3 bounces. I would treat all these levels. They showed us today that every level gets 1 bounce. Second time that happens, okay? So 664 being 1 to the downside. And then here's Wednesday, all right? And that was Tuesday. Wednesday, here's Wednesday. Wednesday is showing us that, and it's showing us that. Here's where we have a ghost, right? Wednesday. Thursday, we're talking some funky numbers here we haven't seen for a while. And then the big one, OPEX, right? Okay, like anything's possible here. And close eye on this guy, because he's under our target, right? He is under our target, and his next big target is right there. Okay, just saying. Okay, so we'll trade IB session, and we'll trade the, you know, +1 and trade the 2 hours. I do not think that there is any point in doing anything in the middle, and I also think that if we're going to go lower in a big candle, this needs to go higher first. Okay, that's the assessment right now, and I will see you guys bright and early. And very important that everybody pulls this up when you're trading this, so you know if there's actual strength in the candles or not. And again, I'm just pointing it out there. I see 635 for Friday as a possibility. Okay, doesn't mean that you don't need to become ultra bearish here, but the gamma is there for it to go down there already. All right, God bless.